Hi, this is Amy, and I want to show you now the easiest way that I can think of to use this folder that we created in the last video and then create a collaborative document within this folder. So the method we're using today, we're not going to let every single student edit the document. We're going to make some collaborative notes and we're going to let a few students edit those notes. So here we are, we're within our English 2 folder, and if you'll recall from our last video, we gave students permissions to see files inside this folder. Now we're going to create a new document within that folder, and let's give it a title. We're going to click right up here where it says Untitled Document, and we're going to call it Collaborative Notes, and we'll put a date. So let's just put a pretend date. And we'll type that right up there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to format this document to be used for notes. So the first thing that I'm going to do is change my page setup from portrait to landscape so that we can have some columns. And now I'm going to add a table like this. And now I'm going to put some students' names inside here. So this column is going to belong to Maria. So her assignment for this class period for this day is going to be to take notes over big ideas. It's just an example. You do whatever you want to with that. This one is going to belong to Tony, and he's going to take notes over websites that we should take note of. And this one is going to be Sally, and she is going to take note in this column about our assignments. Alright, so I can format the text in here. If you don't see all these fonts, you can go to More Fonts and then choose some fonts, put check marks by them to add them to your list. And maybe I might want to change the fonts around, but you'll know how to do that from your use of other software. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give these 3 people rights to type in this document, and I'm going to explain to them their job. So Maria's job is to type only in this column. So as she types, this cell can expand. She can type all the things about big ideas she wants in this column. Tony's only going to type in this column, and Sally's only going to type in this column. So I'm going to now click Share, and I'm going to find the people who I want to work in this document. So let's just pretend, I'm not really going to click Save, but let's just pretend that this is Maria Hernandez. Here's her email address. And so I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to give her rights to edit. Now I'll do the same thing for Tony and Sally, and I'll notify them, which will send them an email if they're within my system. Remember, we all have to be working within the same system if we're Google Apps for Education and we're sharing with students. If you tried to share with Maria from outside our district, she would not receive that notification. So here we are. I'm going to notify her via email, and I'll click Share and Save. So I'm not really going to email Maria, Tony, and Sally right now because they would be really confused about this. But I bet you get the idea that what we can do now is work in here collaboratively, and we could even have each person take separate independent notes so you can get 3 separate viewpoints on whatever the topic is. So I definitely don't want you to think that I think lecture is the only method of teaching or even the best, but sometimes we have a lecture over a topic, and this is a great way to have students collaborate together to make meaning out of that content. And also, if you have students who have a modification that requires them to receive notes, this is a great technique for trading the responsibilities for that and giving a learning experience. I personally listen much better and understand much better if I take notes, so you might find some students in each class who think the same way you do. Regardless of whether you use this technique, I hope you learned a few new things about using Google Docs collaboratively. Thanks for watching and have a great day.